the fans looked on to see their high-scoring Bills. Wasn't going to be that way, though. Andre Reed, would he play? You betcha. 3rd and 6, the Bills 41, their first possession, 23 yards down to the Patriots' 34-yard line, and that set up a Thurman Thomas 5-yard touchdown run that puts the Bills up 7-0 as they get that methodical drive right off the top of the game. However, that was the only scoring for a long, long time. Second quarter, George Adams here, a reception down to the 2-yard line, a blown coverage, obviously, by the Bills' defense, but it held. They had 1st and goal at the 1. The Bills held them, and then on 4th and goal at the 1, Marvin Allen, blistered by Ray Bentley, stopped, and the Bills take over on downs. However, later in the period, Scott Norwood is going to shank a 30-yard field goal try, and this kind of slowed the offense down a little bit. The defense of Buffalo, meanwhile, was doing its job. 4 sacks on Patriots quarterback Mark Wilson. Bruce Smith right here in the second quarter really racks up Wilson, but the Patriots offense couldn't make any big plays at all. However, the Bills defense did it as we try and watch this. Hit by John Hagee on Irving Fryer. Kaboom! He flattened him. Fryer was down for a few minutes, just stunned, though, thank goodness, as Hagee made a couple of big sticks today. 7-0 at halftime. Fryer got up. The Patriots' blitz on defense caused Jim Kelly a lot of problems today. Here in the third period, Kelly 5 for 15, 79 yards. Rod McSwain, Vince Brown takes him down there. Then in the fourth quarter, a pass interference on James Lofton by Maurice Hurst gets the Bills out of their own end deeply here, but no points on this drive. Then the Patriots on a 3rd and 11 at the 32 as time starts to run out. A big play by Cornelius Bennett. He made several today, sacking Mark Wilson right here. Next possession, a questionable first down conversion on a reception by Fryer. They ruled it a catch. It looked like a trap. Anyway, this got it to the Bills 43. And then perhaps a desperation move here. With 1:59 left, they go for it all. Had a lot of time left. Wilson's rainbow is pulled down, though, by J.D. Williams, who falls in for the touchback. And then on the first play from scrimmage, the lightning struck.
Thomas could go. Touchdown.
80 yards by Thurman Thomas. He had 165 on the day and is the NFL's leading rusher right now. This is the end of the game with David Poole preserving the shutout win for the Buffalo Bills, 14-0, as the Bills take it, go to 9-1 now, temporarily on top of the NFC East. More on that later. Really not many big plays the problem today. Marv Levy discussed his team's performance.
One thing we didn't do very much until right at the very end of the game. We kept coming up short on big plays that we needed to make all day, although we were doing pretty well, but we didn't get the big play. There were no turnovers that I can recall till James's interception.
It looked like a 8-1 ball club. It looked like what you're probably going to see in a couple weeks, but we knew that them coming in here, they weren't going to just lay down. I know some of the guys on the defense. I know Fred Marion. I know Ronnie Lippett and Andre Tippett. Those guys are going to come in here. They're proud of being a Patriot. Their record might not show, but they don't want to come in here and just let the team roll over, and we always have our problems with them.
No, there's no moral victory in this because we're struggling, and we need to get a win under our belt. We just don't know how to win yet. I think once we get a victory, I think things might roll a little bit for us, but the game was there at times for us to go and take it, and we just didn't take it.
Well, I give them credit today. The Patriots defense did its job, but the Bills now have a half-game lead in the AFC East pending tomorrow night's Miami Raiders outcome at Joe Robbie Stadium. And the Bills now look to their game at Houston next Monday night. The Oilers went to Cleveland today.
In the middle, then he's going to get sacked by Marion Hobby. The offense did stutter. Less than 2 minutes to go. The Patriots in it and on the move. Wilson goes for the tying touchdown. The bound to the end zone. J.D. Williams picks it off.
East to Week 16. Miami at Buffalo. A couple of days before Christmas, Santa is sure to be in the audience at a chilly Rich Stadium. We'll be back.
And then Mark Wilson tries to tie the game, but James Williams picks off the pass intended for Irving Fryer, who was okay. And the first play after the interception, that's Thurman Thomas. James Lofton keeping him company, 80 yards. Buffalo has won 8 in a row. New England has lost 8 in a row. The final 14-0. The Pats did limit the Bills, the highest scoring team in the league, to only 276 yards. Jim Kelly only 5 of 15. But Thomas had his second best day as a pro, 165 yards. 2 shutouts for the Bills in their last 3 games. The Jets.
Thurman Thomas could go.
Well, hello once again. I'm Ed Kilgore. Welcome to Sports Extra. No, it wasn't a blowout this time, but it was far from a letdown by the Bills against 14.5-point underdog New England. With the Bills' defense containing the Patriots' offense for the most part, the Bills' offense kind of stayed a little bit conservative, didn't turn the ball over, and the 14-0 win puts the Bills at 9-1, and that puts a lot of heat on the 8-1 Dolphins as they have to beat the LA Raiders tomorrow night at home to keep pace with the Bills in the AFC East. Now, Bills starting right guard John Davis is here. He's going to join us live in just a few minutes to talk about the win. Something else we're going to talk about, Dexter Manley. Now, we should find out tomorrow that Manley has been reinstated by NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. We should also expect to find out the Washington Redskins will waive the former All-Pro who had been sitting out under the, quote, lifetime suspension for substance abuse. Now, there's speculation that the Dolphins are very interested in the Rich Stadium. 74,720 on hand, only 144 no-shows on a cool but sunny day. After stopping the Patriots on their first possession, the Bills take over on their own 35. Now, it's 3rd and 4. Jim Kelly goes to Andre Reed. Reed with some good moves despite playing on that sore ankle. Not 100%, but this play covers 25 yards. That was the only catch by a wide receiver of the day. At least Andre, the only one to catch him. Now Thomas hits the right side of the Patriots defensive line for 9. Then from the 9, Thomas goes left again. Now watch Howard Barrler. He doesn't quite get out in front as he hits his own guys, but it's still going to be 4 yards for Thomas anyway, as he's able to duck between a couple Patriots and get down close, gets down to the 5-yard line. And then that same play again. Now watch the house this time. He gets out in front and makes the final block. Thomas goes in at 7-0 as the Bills get off to another quick start.
We've been taking our first drive going down and score, and teams are kind of surprised at that because usually we're 1, 2, 3 and out. We're punting the ball, but I don't think we didn't really think it was going to be that easy because, like I said, New England has a lot of talent on their defensive side of football.
So the Bills marched 65 yards on their first possession. However, as Thurman says, it was not going to be easy, and nobody knew it at the time. But the key point of the game really came early in the second quarter. After Mark Wilson's 29-yard pass to fullback George Adams, that put the ball down at the 1-yard line as the Patriots had a 1st and goal. But then an illegal motion penalty puts the Patriots back at the 6. Now here Marvin Allen, it looks like he's trapped for the big loss. Talley misses him, but he turns it into a 2-yard gain. 2 more runs get it to the 1, and the Patriots call time and decide to go for it on 4th down. And Ray Bentley makes the key play. He says he knew this play was coming.
When they come out of the huddle, you could tell they were going to run just by looking at them.
I mean, it was that obvious that they were giving away the play that much?
It was to me, but I'm not the layman either. I study a lot of film, and I've been in that situation before. But, yeah, it was obvious to me that they were going to run every time.
That's poor playing and execution on our part. We had 5 tries, actually, and didn't put in the end zone. I think we might have had a -2 yards with 5 tries. And that's not good at all. You got to be able to punch the ball in the end zone when you get that close.
Any second thoughts when you had 1st and goal down there and you got stopped at 4th down?
None at all.
Tell you what, you have to feel a little bit sorry for Rod Russ, the kind of season the Patriots are going through. Now, the Bills' offense would get a little more conservative as the game progressed because of the low score. And the Bills just missed connections on a couple big plays on their next offensive series. Now, 2nd down from his own 17, and Kelly airs it out for James Lofton. You watch, Lofton has Ronnie Lepet beaten, but the throw is a little strong this time.
I had him beat, but, Jim has a really strong arm, and you can never predict what way the wind is going to be blowing here, and it's probably blowing a little bit differently 30 yards above the field than it is right down there on the ground. So the ball took off a little bit, and I wasn't able to catch up to it.
Now, the next play, 3rd and 8. The Bills catch the Patriots in a safety blitz, and a flank reverse to Don Beebe picks up 23 yards and the 1st down. Then on the next play, time for the flea flicker, and this time again it's close, but no sale.
Yeah, if we could have reversed the passes on those 2 plays, I'd have walked away with 2 touchdowns, but I'll settle with it the way that the game turned out today.
Now, this drive continues. Remember, it started at the 1. Kelly hits Andre Reed again. This play turns into a 31-yard gain. Eventually, Scott Norwood lines up supposedly an automatic 30-yard field goal, but it's wide left, and a long drive nets nothing.
I think what we didn't get was and it's to take nothing away from them, I just don't think we had quite the big play strike that we had in the past ourselves.
While the Bills' offense had troubles against the Patriot defense, the Bills' defense managed to overcome a surprisingly gutsy game from quarterback Mark Wilson, who's been under a lot of fire in the Boston area. Now, next to Bentley's hit on the goal line stand, the biggest hit of the game comes late in the second quarter as Wilson goes for Irving Fryer on 3rd and 12. Listen to this hit now. Fryer motionless for several minutes after the hit from John Hagee.
A big part of anybody's game to be a tough guy and go out there and trying to hit hard and everything, but I was really happy to see that he was okay because, you know, like I said, I've had an injury early in my career that, you know, you never want to see anybody get hurt, and especially anything that's serious.
Cornelius Bennett with a big day, but one sack he thought he had on Wilson didn't quite turn out that way. No in the grasp on this play.
Well, you only hate it when it happens, like, you know, like today it happened to me, and I do hate it as of today, but, you know, probably come back tomorrow because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I told the referee after that, I said, I'll get him the next time. I said, I'll make sure he's down, but I won't try to hurt him.
Well, the Bills still up 7-0 in the fourth quarter. Bruce Smith almost comes up with the first interception of his career. Bruce with his 11th sack, a good all-around game. Of course, Cornelius Bennett with 8 tackles. He was in on 3 others and had, again, a sack, his 3rd of the season. Now, after the game, both Wilson and Fryer admitted to me that part of their offensive game plan was to go at James Williams, who was making his first NFL start at that left cornerback spot in place of the injured Kirby Jackson. Kirby did not dress. Now, part of the time it worked, although here on the final drive for the Patriots, this ball is apparently trapped by Fryer, but the replay does not overrule it. So the drive is still alive, and then Wilson decides to go for the bundle, but Williams makes a great play here with the interception.
No, he was back. He just made a good play. You know, he came down with the ball. I think we could have just as easily come down with the ball, but he came down with it. And it's kind of indicative of the way things have gone.
So the Bills take over at the 20, and on the first play, there he goes. Thurman Thomas hits the big hole on the right side, breaks the tackle, gets a block from the hustling James Lofton. The 80-yarder, the longest of his career.
Usually that play doesn't cut back all the way to the right side, but it's supposed to stay on the left side, but the hole was so big I just had to do it.
All right, now supposedly one of the question marks on the Bills football team this year was going to be the offensive line, but the line has turned out to be a big plus, and we're going to talk with one of the guys who makes it go, Bills guard John Davis, when Sports Extra returns.
And then he has a personal escort down the field.
Thomas have come to discover.
Thurman Thomas, he breaks through at the 30, at the 35, 40, 45, midfield, one man to beat. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, he's at the 10, at the 5, touchdown, Thurman Thomas. And it is pandemonium at Rich Stadium.
Thurman Thomas's career-best 80-yard TD run was all the scoring Buffalo needed, as the Bills' defense devoured and dominated the hapless last-place Patriots. With their second shutout in 3 weeks, the first-place Bills are suddenly giddy with success. A feeling the San Francisco 49ers...
Flip a coin and you hope. Houston at home, they're just, Warren Moon's just playing such good football, but Buffalo's going down with that talented defense. Jim Kelly, former hometown was Houston. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
I think this is going to be the last game that the Buffalo Bills lose during the regular season this year. A tough place to play down there in Houston. I'm taking the Oilers.
Oh,